Friday afternoon to you, 4 o'clock time for Sports4CLE. Hope your weekend is off to a good start. Day 2 of the NFL Draft starts tonight at 7. Make sure you join Lance Reisland and I in studio as we will break down second and third rounds. Browns will have 4 picks, 2 in each of the second and third round. ESPN national NFL reporter Jeremy Fowler with his thoughts on the Browns' trade from 2 to 5, where they got the Jaguars' first-round pick next season.
You can debate the merits of passing on a player like that, but I think the haul that they got for a non-quarterback I thought was pretty impressive, honestly. Just my sense is that they got the advantage here. It was sort of a win-win for both teams because Jacksonville needed a player like that, I feel like. But, yeah, I do feel like Cleveland got the best of them to get an extra second and a first, and then some swaps and other moving parts, but to get that for a non-quarterback for 3 spots and still get one of the players on the short list, I think if they had to move to 8 or 9, they probably wouldn't have done it. But they needed a good guy up front.
He's referring to Mason Graham, who the Browns took, and Travis Hunter, who the Jaguars took at number 2, the dual threat guy. Brian Hoyer, former NFL quarterback, with his thoughts on what the Browns trading back to 5 from 2 means.
Just to me in the draft, like when you have the opportunity to take and really what they do, swap 4th rounds, they got a 2nd round, and they got next year's first. And to me, it's almost like a statement saying, yeah, we're gonna play it safe. We got a D tackle. Everybody knows a good player, and hopefully next year, to me, why even draft a quarterback at this point, the rest of the draft? Because now you're basically stockpiling draft picks for next year's quarterback class. I mean, that's how I read it. So I just don't know. I feel like for me, the goal is to win now. And you may say, well, they don't have the pieces around, but every team is going to try to go out there and try to win this year. Like, what's the point? Why even field a team? And you had an opportunity to make your team substantially better by adding just one player who can play 2 positions, and he will play 2 positions. And I just think it's odd that kid GM down there in Jacksonville, he comes from LA with the famous saying by Les Snead, like F them picks. I mean, one of those philosophies won the Super Bowl a few years ago and has consistently been making playoff runs. And the other one just says, we're just going to make chess moves and act like we're smarter than everybody else.
So the Browns do have the first pick of the 2nd round, 33 overall. Shedeur Sanders, Jalen Milroe, both sitting there, both quarterbacks. Here's Shedeur Sanders from last night on not going in the 1st round.
We all didn't expect this, of course, but I feel like with God, anything possible, everything possible. I don't feel like this happened, for no reason. All this is of course, fuel to the fire. And under no circumstance, we all know this shouldn't have happened. But we understand we're on the bigger and better things. Tomorrow's the day. We're going to be happy regardless. Legendary. Ooh.
So the Browns now have 2 of the top 4 picks in the upcoming 2nd round, 33 and 36 that they got from the Jaguars for trading back from 2 to 5, as well as the Jaguars' first-round pick next year. Relative to the 2 quarterbacks, if you were going to take one of them that early in the 2nd round, why not move into the bottom of the 1st round and get the 5th-year option guaranteed? So I guess I'm saying I don't think either of the quarterbacks is going to the Browns in the 2nd round. Tony Grossi, long-time Browns beat reporter, with his thoughts on what transpired with the trade back from 2 to 5 yesterday by Andrew Berry.
I had false confidence in Andrew Berry this season. Just this week, I was telling you how excited I was. I've turned on him. And the reality hit me yesterday that you cannot take one of those top 3 picks. Why do you think he's going to start making good picks next year? Because he's got 10 more. It's just a depressing thought that our generation, we're in our 60s, and there's still a lot of people here in this fan base that are in their 60s.
And again, you cannot like the trade back. I think what it tells you was, one, the Browns aren't as close as they were pre-Deshaun Watson trade. And 2, they didn't believe in any of the top guys well enough to stick and pick. If you really thought Travis Hunter was going to be a player, you don't trade back. If you really thought Abdul Carter was going to be a player, you stick there. You had questions, so you trade back, you accumulate assets, and you get a guy that is close to what those guys were. On to the Cavs, getting ready to play Game 3 tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock in Miami against the Heat. Evan Mobley was named the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year. It's the first time ever that a Cavalier has won the Defensive Player of the Year award.
I've been pursuing it for a few years now. Got closer every year, and feel like this year that it all panned out. The season, just how it went, how I played, how I elevated, everything. I feel like just came into fruition, and this was the year. Yeah, I mean, this is only first of many, so. I mean, my goal is to keep getting this award as many times as possible and go out there and show the league my defensive prowess and what I can do out there.
Mobley played well in Game 2 against the Heat. Cavs in Miami for Game 3 tomorrow. 1 o'clock is tip time, and the Cavs trying to take a commanding 3-0 lead. Some news from the Guardians. Juan Brito undergoing surgery to repair a torn ligament in his thumb. He's expected to miss 8 to 12 weeks. Brito, a guy that the Guardians were hoping could win that second base job. Gabriel Arias has taken with it and run with it, but he will miss 8 to 12 weeks and then sure to need some rehab work as well as Brito with thumb surgery. Guardians will open up a 3-game series against the Red Sox over at Progressive Field, 7 o'clock first pitch. Ben Lively takes the mound against Tanner Houck for the Red Sox. 7 o'clock, join Lance Reisland and I. We will have rounds 2 and 3 of the NFL Draft. Our second night of the Sports4CLE special Draft Day edition, rounds 2 and 3. Browns 2 picks in the second round, 2 picks in the third round. Lance and I will break them down. We'll see you at 7 on our special Draft Night edition.